Hello and welcome to Logarithms and Exponents Part 3, Practice Part 3 offered by the GEM Tutoring Center. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 practice problems that have exponents in them. And we're going to use logarithms to solve for the variables that are asked for. So in this first problem, we have 3 to the x squared divided by 3 to the x equals 27. So this x is a superscript to the 3, and the 2 is a superscript to the x. So 3 to the x squared divided by 3 to the x equals 27. So I've actually drawn the first step here already. The first step is to move the denominator on the left to the right. So let's do that. That's going to be 3 to the x squared equals 27 times 3 to the x. Okay? And the next step is to take the logarithm of both sides. So you can either do log of both sides or ln of both sides. I'm going to do ln. Either way is okay. So ln of 3 to the x squared equals ln of 27 times 3 to the x. So because of the rules of logarithms, this exponent here, the x squared, is going to come down outside of the ln. So we're going to get x squared ln 3. And then on the right side, we take a look at that, and we actually can't do the same thing with the x here, because 3 to the x is not the only number in the ln expression. There's a 27 as well. So what we're going to try to do is see if we can find a common base between 27 and 3 to the x, so that we can pull out the exponent, as we did on the left side. So looking at just the right side, let's rewrite this as ln of 3 cubed times 3 to the x. Okay? And that is the same thing as ln of 3 to the 3 plus x. Because these have the same base, the exponents add. So we get ln of 3 to the 3 plus x. And we can take this, this exponent, 3 plus x, outside of the ln. So that's going to look like this. 3 plus x times ln of 3. And the left side has been the same the whole time. X squared times ln of 3. Okay? So x squared times ln of 3 equals 3 plus x in parentheses times ln of 3. Because both sides have ln 3, we can just cancel that out. And we're left with x squared equals 3 plus x. Now let's move everything on the right side to the left side. So we're going to get x squared minus x plus, minus 3 equals 0. So this is not too easy to factor, because the factors of 3 and 1, you can't get negative x from using 3 and 1 or 3 and negative 1 or anything like that. So what we're going to do is use the quadratic formula. So the first thing we need to do is identify a, b, and c. In other words, we need to first make this fit the standard form of quadratic equations, and it already does, in fact. So just quickly reviewing, the standard form of quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. And in this equation, a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 1, and c is equal to negative 3. And the quadratic formula says x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay? So let's plug in values for b, c, and a. So negative b is going to be negative negative 1, which is 1, plus minus b squared is going to be just 1, minus 4 times 1, and then times negative 3. Okay? And then divide this by 2 times a, which is 2 times 1. Simplifying this, x is equal to 1 plus or minus 1 plus 12, which is 13, divided by 2. So this is the answer. It's x equals 1 plus or minus root 13 divided by 2. Okay? So let's go to the next problem. Here we go. It says here 128 to the x equals 16 to the 2 minus x, and we need to solve for x. So the first thing we're going to do is try to bring these exponents down, and we're going to take the log of both sides. I'm going to take ln, so ln of 128 to the x is equal to ln of 16 to the 2 minus x, okay? And we take down the exponents, x ln 128 is equal to 2 minus x times ln of 16. Now let's expand the right side, so that's 2 ln 16 minus x ln 16. And let's move, so the left side is still the same, x ln 128. Let's move this term, x ln 16, to the left. So we're going to get x ln 128 plus x ln 16 equals 2 ln 16. So by the rules, so let's first factor the x out here. So we're going to get x times ln of 128 plus ln of 16. That's equal to 2 ln of 16. Okay, and by the rules of logarithms, this is actually equal to ln of 128 times 16. The x is still there. Okay, so by the rules of logarithms, when you add two logs together, it's like taking the log of their product. That's why we wrote that. That's equal to 2 ln of 16. Okay, so what we're going to do now is move this term to the right side. And we're going to get x equals 2 ln of 16 divided by ln of 128 times 16. And when we enter this into our calculator, we get 0.72 bar. Okay, so this is the solution. X equals 0.72 bar. Okay, going to the next problem. Here we have problem number 3. It says here, let me fix this real quick. There we go. 4 over 6 to the negative x equals 36 over 16 to the x minus 3. Okay, so whenever we see exponents up here, the first idea is to bring them down using logarithms. So let's do that. So ln, I'm going to use ln. ln of 4 over 6 to the negative x, okay, like that, is equal to ln of 36 over 16 to the, x minus 3. Okay, so the exponents come down, it becomes negative x ln of 4 over 6 equals x minus 3 times ln of 36 over 16. Okay, so it's sort of like the previous problem. Let's expand the right side. That's going to be x ln 36 over 16 minus 3 ln 36 over 16. Okay, and the left side was still the same. So negative x times ln of 4/6. So what we're going to do is move this term on the left to the right, and we're going to move this constant term over to the left. So what that's going to look like is this. We're going to have 3 ln 36 over 16 equals x times ln 36 over 16 plus x times ln 4 over 6. Okay? And we can use the we can factor out the x. So we get x times ln of 36 over 16 plus ln of 4 over 6. Okay? Now, by the laws of logarithms, ln of this plus ln of that means ln of this times that. So we're going to have x times ln of 36 over 16 times 4 over 6. And if you notice, this 36 is 6 times 6, so this 6 goes away. What's left up here is a 6. 16 is 4 squared, so this 4 goes away, and down here is a 4. So we're left with x ln 6 over 4, like that. And the left side has been the same the whole time, that's why I wasn't writing it. but I'll write it here. Okay, now we're going to move this term to the left. So we're going to get 3 ln 36 over 16 divided by ln 6 over 4, and that's equal to x. Now I'm going to punch this in on my calculator real quick to come up with the answer. So 3 ln of 36 divided by 16 divided by ln of 6 divided by 4, and we get x equals 6. Okay, x equals 6. Okay, that's the end of this video. Keep an eye out for future ones. Please subscribe if you'd like to learn more about if you'd like to be notified of when we release new videos. Please turn on your notifications as well, and hope to see you in the next video.